Alex,
Mr. Nomo, how you doing?
oh, I'm doing good. How about you?
Okay.
Okay.
So
Mm.
sorry for the link coming in late, but I was not informed that Mr. Ray not going to be on the show.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
yeah, that's the reason. Because seeing all we prepare the
Oh,
link sooner, I send it to you guys. And then
uh-huh.
if I come, I just join in.
And
But
we had a
I
meeting.
just giving a call and tell me that you'll not be on the show and you guys are aware of it.
Yeah, we had a meeting yesterday, that, and we said that at least 20 minutes before the show, the link should be sent. Yeah, so that
Okay.
no, even if a guest is having difficulties, we can solve them before the show start.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what news from your end?
Eh? Eh?
What news from your end?
Oh well, we are hanging in there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Uh, you, I was told that you and the court acquitted
I beg to differ.
Samuel Twe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I
So
think that's
I think
that's the news the news
the
around
news
town.
around town.
Sure.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And
the other
then the
news
other
is
news
that the
is that the ECOWAS team,
Liberian team,
Liberian team, they
had
had
uh, the
the
Guinea issue.
Guinea issue.
Mm.
West Snow
West
is
Snow
going
is
to be the
the
representative,
representative,
and what have
and what
you?
have you?
I feel
I
that
feel that
at
at
ECOWAS,
ECOWAS,
our team there
our
should be
team there
united.
should be united.
They should
They
present
should present
the position
the
of
position
Liberia.
of Liberia.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So no, those
So no,
those are
those
those are
are
the stuff
stuff
that are on my
that
mind
are on my mind
today.
today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you aware of the incidents that took place at the real light?
What happened
What
there?
happened there?
Oh,
So
they did it?
Did it?
yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
I am
I
aware of
am
that,
aware of that,
and I was
and I
appalled
was
by
appalled
that.
by that.
And
And
I feel
I
that
feel that
we
we
have a
have a
ministry called
ministry called
Gender
gender
Ministry.
ministry.
Mm-hmm.
In Ghana,
In Ghana,
there's
there's
Ministry
ministry
of Women and
called
Children.
Ministry of Women and Children.
Mm-hmm.
But in Liberia, we misname a
But in
gender
Liberia, we
administrator.
misnamed
I
a
feel
gender
that you
administrator.
people
I feel that
misname it.
misnamed it.
And we have
And we
the
have
ministry
the
there, part
ministry
of the
there,
government.
part of the government.
Before the government or
Before the
the
government,
police come in,
Mm-hmm.
where is the gender
where is
ministry?
the gender ministry?
All these things have
All
been
these
happening
things have been happening
to
to
females.
females.
I'm appalled by
I'm
that.
appalled by that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Guy
Guy now,
Compton.
Guy Compton.
The pretty woman
The pretty woman
right there.
right there.
What
What
is she doing
what is
here?
she doing here?
Alex,
Alex,
Or you just want to get me confused.
No. Welcome to the show.
How you doing, guy?
Gia, I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Gia. Gia.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
It's like we have a bit of an echo this evening.
Come again?
Maybe Alex needs himself.
Okay, yeah, let me do that quick.
Okay. Yes. Everything is fine now. I can mute myself too.
Well, good evening. Thank you for inviting me on. I heard a little bit of the discussion about yesterday's events, and I think it's a great time for us to just talk about these things, not in the isolation of one country, because sometimes when things hit the news cycle, they seem to focus and just expand on an incident happening in one place, when in fact it is and has been an issue worldwide for many years, gender-based violence, and what are the things that we should and can do to correct a long overdue situation globally. And so I want us to, maybe frame our conversation tonight around this incident in Liberia does not belong to Liberia alone. It's a broader problem, and the solutions have to be broader based. That's not negating the importance of what Liberia will do to take action on this, but it is a larger issue. It doesn't belong to Liberia alone.
Good. I am George Numbo. I am one of the panelists here on A Beg to Differ. And I would like for you to introduce yourself, the organization you come from, or I know that Veteran Smith made a connection and he's just coming in. Or Veteran Smith, if you want to take over, no, he can take over. And we'll move from there.
Okay. Good evening to our many panelists. Good evening to the people of the southeastern region of Liberia. Good evening to people of the western region of Liberia. This is Stop FM 105.3, I Beg to Differ. Today we have a special guest hail from Atlanta, Georgia. And sorry for the delay in getting the streamline given to our guest. Her name is, she is Anthony Adlaw, Gia Brown Compton. And so usually customary that we go around and the panelists introduce themselves. Okay. And then from there, we will get to our special guest. Also expecting on the show today, the DCP, Sam Collins, the spokesperson of Liberia National Police. He also will join us to give an update of what happened yesterday at Red Light District of a female who took upon herself to dress in a way that she felt comfortable with, and it didn't go well with others. And so Sam Collins will come and give an update. If he's not with us right now, look in the StreamYard to see whether he's there. Whenever he comes, we'll let him give us some update. But at this time, let me see, I can take the opportunity to introduce, there were two other special guests we wanted, but one was bereaved, and she's in Nigeria right now trying to get her father to be buried, so she won't join us. And the other one is our historian Kawu Famulai. She said in the future she will join us, but right now she can't make it today. So for that reason, we have only two special guests today. Sam Collins, who is a spokesperson of Liberia National Police Force. And then we have Gia Brown Compton, who happens to be an attorney from Atlanta, Georgia. So instead of me giving enough share, she have an elaborate background, and I want to do justice to her in introducing her. Instead of asking her to introduce herself, I will try to do my best to introduce her. But one of the things we have in common, besides being a lawyer and passionate for health, she also an agent for the WNBA basketball team. So she will talk about that. And also she happened to be passionate about health. Although she focused on variety of legal something where she have experience. But I was very impressed when I look at her bio, how she's so passionate about health. And so that's one of the good things that our special guest. And then she also producing music. I felt caught up into the music, and she have also decided, if all goes right with TAP FM, she could be having a show on music on TAP FM. So I just breaking it under the basket, but it's something I have to talk with management in order for that to happen. She will have her own show on TAP FM 105.3. I suggested Friday and Saturday, but all would be done only if I talk with management of TAP FM. She's very ambitious in terms of playing role in government. When somebody is smart, intelligent, and qualified, she can play so many roles in government. So those are the few things I thought about. So I'm trying to get to her bio that she sent to me, but not to. When I get to it, I will talk about more of it. So let me just ask her, what is about you that is so unique, your journey, and where you find yourself right now?
We are not introduced ourselves yet.
Okay. We still do. Okay, so I thought you have done that already before you were talking. But anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
You introduce her.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead for it.
Introduce myself.
Okay, go introduce
She is
yourself.
my daughter.
Oh!
I was in Atlanta for over 15 years.
Oh, man. So let me do it this way, Mr. Numo. Introduce yourself and then introduce your daughter. I give you that honor to do it on state. So do it and introduce your daughter. She never told me about it. It's a kept secret. So introduce your daughter.
I mean, when I say that my daughter, you know what I mean. In our African or African American or community, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, I was in Atlanta. I was there, when Cynthia McKinney was representative of my district. I was in Latonia that time. I was there, when Lisa Magette defeated Cynthia McKinney. And even people still sending me, I'm in Philadelphia, people still sending me, the Democrats still sending me or email or vote for the person, vote for that person. They still sending it. So when I say that my daughter, that's what I mean. Atlanta is not a strange place for me. I went to the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, and I moved to Atlanta, 1990. And I was there until 2006. Before I moved back to Liberia, I came back to the US, 2013. So when I say you are my daughter, that's what I mean. That's what I mean, and I'm very happy to see somebody from Atlanta, Georgia on our show. I always tell people the best place for a black man in the US of A is Atlanta, Georgia. Even though Nashville trying to fight us. But I will put on my boxing gloves to fight Nashville on behalf of Atlanta. So I'm very happy to meet you tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Alex,
You can put the
Yeah, so I need to Mr. Atume, you have to wait. Let me introduce myself. All right, so my name is Alexander Duewulu. I'm the producer for this show I bet to differ. So I'd like to say you are highly welcome to the show, and this shouldn't be your first and the last. Anytime we call upon you that you'll be able to come on the show. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I'm Fred Smith, the veteran. They call me the veteran. And so I'm the international producer, and I wear so many hats. So I was fortunate to have our special guest today, especially we'll be dealing with the subject. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day in advance if you're a mother. And our topic today is unpleasant realities women are still dealing with in today's Liberia, Africa, and the worldwide. So, DCP, the spokesperson of Liberia National Police, he tired all right now. He said he will be calling in later. So, Alex, if he called in, make sure you get him into our discussion. So let me do justice to our special guest. And look, I have multiple phones, and I was looking for where I put the information, but it seems I got it right now. And let me do it. And then from there, we move on into the discussion. The lady I was talking about, Marcy Kuruma, she lost her father, so she in Nigeria. From there, the body will be flown into Liberia. With our sympathy goes to you, Marcy Kuruma, and the rest of the family. Otherwise, she would have been here with us today. But so be well. Have a wonderful, safe trip to Liberia carrying your father, and we'll get in touch with you. On that note, let me go into the short bio of our guest speaker. Since I have two, let me do the short version because of time. Gia Compton, the middle name is Brian, is a strategic for artists, musician, writer, producer in the entertainment space. She is a writer, producer, director with her own production credit and has sponsored multiple film festivals and forums supporting diverse representation in the arts internationally. Gia is involved in local and national bar associations. She regularly represents on topics of fair use and production infrastructure, as well as board members of the Georgia Intellectual Property Association. Her personal time is spent in part in service to organizations focused on youth and diverse representation in sports, entertainment industry. She is an arbitrator for FINRA, which means Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, and is approved as a registered agent for the WNBA. She received the BA from Mercer University and her JD from Emory University School of Law. So welcome to I Bet to Different this lovely evening from Atlanta, Georgia, from Maine in New Jersey, and my fellow panelists in Philadelphia, New Jersey, and also from Zedru, Grand Gila, and the southeastern region of Liberia. Welcome to Top FM, I Bet to Different. Anthony Adlaw, Gia Brown Compton. I hope I have done justice to your illustrious bar. Have I done that? If not, you can add at this time. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. And I'm very pleased with your introduction. You did a great job. I didn't recognize myself a couple of times, so you've done a great job with that.
Thank you. No. Oh, being from Emory University. When we had the what? Ebola. The affected doctor was flown to Emory University. I still remember that. I was proud. I'm still proud of not only Emory, but the city of ATL, GA. Yes. So thank you.
It's a great city.
Yes, it's a great city. The greatest city in the whole world.
We'll take that. We take that.
Yeah, you take it. You take it. So no. It's good we have you here. And I'm grateful to Veteran Smith for bringing you on. We have a lot of issues in our country, Liberia, and black man or black woman is the same all over the world.
Yes, definitely.
What affect black man or woman in America affect them in Africa, affect them in Europe, in Asia.
Definitely. I agree.
So I'm very happy that you are here tonight to weigh in on issues that we are confronted with in Liberia. I thank you.
Well, I'm glad to be here, and I think there's so much.
Thank you very much, panelists, Numbo, for your daughter from Atlanta, that I found some kind of way and brought your daughter to you. I know you didn't know your whereabouts of your daughter, but I hope I can contribute. Since tomorrow is Mother Day, at least the veteran have done his duty. You can wish her happy Mother Day in advance that I brought her to you, Mr. Numo.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day to my daughter. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers of the universe, all our sisters and mothers of the universe. I know you know what I mean when I say our sisters and mothers. Yeah, I'm Pan-Africanist now. Yes.
So Anthony Compton, the subject for today is the unpleasant reality women are still dealing with in today's Liberia, Africa, and worldwide. What's your understanding of that topic before we go into what happened in Monrovia and Red Lake District? What are some of the challenges women still face today? You've been representing different people as a lawyer. What are some of the things women still face today in Liberia, Africa, and the world worldwide on this eve of Mother Day?
Whereas there have been, there have been changes and there have been some advancements, I think that as was just so well stated, the problems of Africa and people in Africa, men and women, are the problems of Black people all over the world. That's certainly reflected here in the United States. We still struggle with underrepresentation in leadership.
Right.
There's a global gender gap with wealth, employment, barriers, and access to healthcare. Legal inequality is an issue worldwide in terms of protections from violence and workplace discrimination. You've got, more than half of the countries that do not have consent-based rape laws. Violence against women is widespread worldwide. And I think we'll talk about a lot of things, but I do think that the statement actually has the answer in it that led this discussion, which is these are all of our problems, and the solution is for all of us to weigh in on. And until we start doing that, I don't think that we realize change. Like, we cannot implement a philosophy of change in one place without having sort of a global group think about what's right and what's wrong. Like, we can have opinions about the motivations of different people, but then ultimately our moral barometer cannot be so fractured that we're not able to have common ground when we see abuse, when we see violence against anyone, and not have a group think about how to be responsible in that response.
Thank you. I think Mr. Smith is out. Oh, I believe he's coming in or shuttling. But I am impressed with your resume and even with the WNBA, with the artistic, version of it. What one we call on you? I say, this is your expertise.
Mhm.
Extend them to Liberia. I mean, I'm from a district called Plebos Hurricane District.
Mhm.
The district that gave land to Marcus Garvey.
Oh, wow.
And he wanted for black Americans to move to Africa. And then because of the influence of the Liberian government, the American government, they gave that land to Firestone. They took it from Garvey. The tribal people gave it to Garvey. They took it from Garvey. So, I'm a Garvey supporter. And some of these expertise here, I want for them to be extended to, say, Liberia. I mean, your expertise. I don't know what you want to say about that.
Well, I'll say first of all that for anything that I have accomplished, I didn't accomplish it alone, and I was motivated to those endeavors because of the people that preceded me.
Right.
So for me, you're having spent time in Atlanta, you're familiar with Emory. You know that
Yes.
across the street, you may remember where Clifton and North Decatur is the campus, the University Hospital.
I know.
So as a child, a very small child, my grandmother was a domestic in that hospital. And the buses and the train systems, they didn't exist then as they do now. So we would have to go about 30 miles to retrieve her at the end of the day. And she would be standing outside on the top of those very tall steps outside of the building. So then we fast forward 20 plus years, and I can see across the street to that same building, but now the tree has moved because I'm graduating from that law school where she was a domestic in that hospital. So my journey has been about moving the tree. I have the roots of the people that scrub the floors, but I move that tree further along. And now I have a son who is a biomedical engineer, and he is in the PhD program with Georgia Tech and Emory. So the tree continues to move, right? I look for that to happen all over, right? I don't feel that I'm unique or special. I just feel that my wiring and circumstances fell a certain way for me to be able to advance. But my purpose is to continue to move the tree. And so the opportunities that I see with the knowledge that I continue to acquire about Liberia and Africa is that there's been a lot that has separated the people, and it's been intentional. And that there are mischaracterizations and misconceptions about who we are to one another. But from my vantage point, I believe that because of everything that we have, we're unstoppable if we get together. And so, I want to continue to serve that way because I think that's how we move the collective trees.
I'm very happy to hear that your son is environmental engineer.
Biomedical.
I'm a civil and environmental engineer.
No, well, he's a biomedical engineer. Biomedical.
Okay. Biomedical. Yes. So the tree that we need to grow I'm appealing to you that tree, we need to plant it in Liberia. When a white man decided to get rid of black men or black people from America, they sent them to Liberia. And then when Liberia declared itself as independent nation, the American people turned against it. It was Great Britain who was the first to recognize Liberia as an independent nation. And then when Garvey came with his program, the same Americans opposed it. And that's why Garvey did not go to Liberia. And when he died, his widow was appointed as ambassador to Guinea for Liberia. So that is the history. And I'm saying these things that you, our daughters, our brothers, our fathers and mothers in the US of A must not forget Liberia. Liberia was a place established for the free slaves. And you boys should not turn your back on them. And I will be beating on you. I mean, there are several areas you have expertise in. For those expertise to be extended to our hapless population in Liberia. I thank you. And we have Mr. Amos Wright coming in. Mr. Wright, will you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Numbo. Our honorable guest, I'm not seeing your knee clearly, it's too small for my eyes, but you're most welcome. I heard part of what you were saying. I was kind of touched, but you're most welcome. My name is Amos Wright, a member of the platform. I'm in the CSO sector, specifically the land right implementation, or the land sector, if you will. And I also come from the background of nonviolent communication or alternative dispute resolution. I'm glad sharing this platform with you. And the rest of the panelists, warm greetings.
It's nice to meet you.
Sure.
Thank you. Veteran Smith, are you back?
Smith the veteran. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, we had a situation in Monrovia where a female, went to a popular marketplace called Red Light. And some people felt that she was not dressed properly. And I feel that if I, George Numbo, feel that this lady is not dressed properly, I'm supposed to take clothing to dress the lady. But what did they do? They went and undressed the lady And that is the issue we have in Liberia. I mean, there are other issues, but for tonight, I think this is the main issue. Why did they do that? I have not seen any statement from the gender ministry. I know the police people took action, which I appreciate, but I'm not seeing any issue from the gender ministry. I mean, in Ghana, as I said from the get-go, the gender ministry, they call it Ministry of Women and Children. But in Liberia, we say gender ministry. I'm not seeing any reaction against this from the gender ministry. And the only thing I saw was from the police. So I don't know if you want to comment on that. Thank you.
Thank you. I did see some footage of what happened in Monrovia yesterday. The
Yes.
footage that I saw maybe captures things when they are already underway, not from the beginning. That's of what I saw.
Right.
So just as a matter of understanding the facts, I don't know what was being worn that was the subject or the reaction was generated by. I don't know what that is. And from what I understand, in certain countries around the world, there are cultural things that are acceptable, not acceptable. Maybe wearing a certain color on a certain day is considered reverent, or covering of your hair and just, general clothing, in different parts of the world. And from what I'm taking away, that those types of guardrails, cultural guardrails, were not at play yesterday. It was an ordinary day, and there's no prescripted religious or cultural observation that was taking place that should have been taken into account by someone when they came out, that would have offended others if they had not been followed. So at some point, perhaps that information about what it was that they felt that they were reacting to, so that we, I guess, just have the facts. But from, my perspective, if there were a cultural guardrail that had been offended, a line that had been established by habit or community or religion or culture that seemed to be being ignored, the response is never that you put your hands on anyone. That's not the response. And not to leave the focus of what happened to her, but for us to understand that violence and strategies to separate people operate in a very insidious fashion. It will seem like it's one thing, but it's really something else. And so we have to be very careful about how we regard one another and where our motivations have been manipulated. Because for me, at the core of our success is our kinship. It is our connection. It is our community and our regard for one another. It is the foundation of strong families, and strong families are the foundation of strong children. Strong children are the foundations for future leaders, and the leaders who lead us to be able to grow as many strong trees as we want. When we begin to accept or adopt points of view and a deregulation of emotions that has been purposely seeded into our communities that have us think less of one another. It's not because it's true, it's because, for me, it's a page out of a single playbook. And that playbook always separates us from one another, men from women, children from families, families from nations, nations from the diaspora connecting. And as long as we're there, we're never winning. So really, there's a lot to unpack as to how not one man, but a mob of men. And that's the thing that's very troubling to me. It's not the act of one person. There's a mob of men who have descended upon this one woman, and there are many men around them that are not interceding on her behalf. What makes that acceptable? You know, it's been said in different contexts that the most disrespected person in the world is the Black woman. Why? And who does that serve? It certainly doesn't serve anybody that was involved with attacking her yesterday.
Yes, that is a powerful statement. I saw some part of the video, and I was happy that the police intervened. And I'm not the man that support establishing a Girl Scout or community. I want a community that is fair to every gender. And that's why I say we may name our ministry, call it gender ministry, because for men and women. And we need to rename it as Ministry of Women and Children, like in Ghana. And so, no, I like what you said. And what you said is on the money. And maybe I will want for Mr. Amos Wright to come in to give us his take on what you have said. Mr. Amos Wright, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Mr. Numbo. I first of all share the information of the guest when it comes to dressing on specific days and what the dress calls for. And I think I saw some concern. Liberia is actually not like other countries, African countries that have special dresses for occasions. I think what I know in Liberia is that people dress in a way acceptable when they go to church according to their own definition and when they go to occasions. But where you are supposed to wear a specific thing on a specific day, we don't have that national instruction somewhere for that I know. And I also frown on the behavior yesterday. If for any reason people felt that the lady, the victim, was dressed in a way unacceptable to them, long before that lady came to red light, we have males, youth, in the streets with their trousers below their buttocks. Are we agreeing with that dress as acceptable? Why are we not taking out the trousers of those ones if we think that's the best thing to do, which I would not support? I think something was just kind of psychologically fundamental about the behavior yesterday. People who took the action, they had no legal backing. They are not police, and even if they were police, the police do not have instruction to arrest anybody in the street for the way you are dressed. So it's kind of challenging. But I also want to share the fact that the Deputy Minister for Gender spoke yesterday. I didn't see a written statement from the ministry per se, but she was very, very blunt. And she expressed the disappointment with the public of the gender ministry and called on the police to immediately take over the situation and bring the people to book. So, Brother Numo, I just wanted to flag that part. I actually heard the Deputy Minister speak, but I've not seen, like, in the form of a press release from the gender ministry to be documented for that event. But I heard the Deputy Minister speak only yesterday. Liberia.
So, Mr. Wright, I just share in the chat room. If you check that, you'll see they release a press statement pertaining to that incident. So I shared it in the chat room.
Right. Because I know that I heard the Deputy Minister speak yesterday. The honorable guest, I think we can go in the chat room and see what Alex put there. But Mr. Numo, the General Minister, was not silent on it. I'm not in government. I'm not a government spokesperson, and I'm not even a politician. But the issue drew the concern of everybody yesterday, and people were not happy with what happened. If you said somebody was dressed indecently and you wanted to correct the person, you correct somebody by undressing the person, especially a woman for that matter. Something was fundamentally wrong with people that did that yesterday. Probably under some influence, because I don't want to believe it was sound people who did that act. It had to be people who were street people, or people who in their own way, they were decent people, but they did not display decency. That's what I thought yesterday about that whole thing. Up to now, I'm not happy about it. I have daughters. I have students who are there with before. I have students who I'm dealing with now, many of whom are females. I think we have this common belief that in Liberia, we have respect for women more than our immediate neighbors. Like, for example, if you went to Ghana, you see that the respect we give to women here is the reverse in Ghana. A woman will get from the chair for the man to sit down, which is not true in Liberia here. Where is our respect? Where is our respect? Why would people treat women in that way? You don't even know the psychological damage you have done to that lady for the rest of her life. You imagine what red light can be like, and then you will undress somebody because you think they are not dressed to your satisfaction. Who gave you that authority? Those of us who are kind of fortunate to appear on public platforms and things, I would want to recommend those are the kind of things we should be talking about. The youth population in the country, I mean, their community is kind of polarized. At least the incarceration of Prophet Key kind of brought a little bit of reduction in the profanities and the aggression in the way people used to communicate in Liberia here, especially in Monrovia, which I'm happy with. I think that we can do more for sanity to come. So I'm not sure I have a question to what she explained. I actually agree with Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you again, madam.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. I always say your true parent is your mother. That is the only parent you are sure of. I want to say, I swear to my mom. Nobody say, I swear to my pa. Your mom is your true parent. Well, you laughing? That's your true parent. You sure know the pa you want to swear to, maybe that's somebody else's pa. Find your pa there.
The fight is too hard for my ears. That's what I'm laughing for.
Okay, yeah. So the one, and from now on, the one you need to continue to swear to is your mom. I swear to my mom.
So I'm glad that you brought that up, but I had a question for us to consider about how did we get here? How much of the solution to what we saw yesterday, 10 years from now, lies in parenting? Oftentimes here in the United States, I feel that we didn't do a great job transferring the torch of knowledge to other generations.
Right.
That there were things that we were exposed to, that we were taught directly, that we were instructed on directly, and some things that we just absorbed because it was the way things were done or not done, and that we were in earshot of them, of a collective thought around right and wrong. And I feel here oftentimes, as we look and hear often people talking about what younger people are doing, my response is they are what we raised them to be, or we failed to raise them to be. And so I'm wondering, from your perspective in Liberia, how much does parenting have to do with what we saw yesterday? And is that where the correction has to begin going forward, where people respect the autonomy of a person's body, where people respect the role of each gender in society, and that they honor it? Where do those norms get reestablished so that it's not a mob of people? That's what strikes me. That was normalized as behavior for not one person, but for a group of people and a group of onlookers.
Yes. Thank you.
So
Yeah.
if I have the permission, then I want to begin.
Okay. Go ahead.
Should I?
Go ahead, Mr. Wright.
Yeah. So I heard that question as a kind of question, generational question. That's what it sounds like to me. So I will try to handle it in my way that I define it. First of all, the idea of transfer from one generation to the other. Historically, Liberia hasn't done well. And I want to be careful with what I'm saying here. But I know as a teenager coming up somewhere around 1980, we ended an era using the barrel of the gun through violent means, through force. We ended an era that way. To me, that transition, if we will look at it as a transition, even physically, that's what it is. But what by that time, it was our generation that era was turning over to. So we pick up with that a platform of violence, that platform of militarism. That's the kind of platform we started with. And then somewhere going in from something resembling sanity was forming. And I think if I heard the guest rightly, I mean, it was a time, this life that we are experiencing now was not really what we were experiencing. But our mind, the time of teaching from a teenager to an adult, developing from an adult, going up to my older age. So that particular time, you wouldn't see there were bad things going on, but they were not at the level they are now in Liberia. I want to speak in Liberia. They were not at that level. Then the second transfer, when we now were finishing the secondary, the tertiary or academic ladder, so that we become older people now and turn the platform over to the generation that will be developing after us. Violent, which was the Civil War. And the Civil War took a long time. People grew through that period. And the people who grew through that period, most of them are the youth of today. The international community did what they could do to reintegrate people into society, to get them people involved into nation building. It was done. But the transfer that I think I'm picturing that the guest was talking about, in my view, did not really take place. So these people grew from that Civil War type of perception, that kind of belief system, that kind of practice. That's what they grew up in. It hasn't really gone away because our educational system is not even working in that. Well, I was doing my introduction here. I said, I also come from the teaching, I come from the classroom.
Where now?
And I know when I was in Ghana as a refugee, the 20 years I spent, that one thing I was working on. In the classroom, I took my type of teaching outside the classroom. I was not looking at that traditional classroom type of teaching. But how much impact would that make? So the generation, the youth we have today are the product of that violence that took place for the 14 years in between there. And there hasn't really been that academic or transformation. You saw recently when the military started their high school graduate come and read to join the army, and people who took what, who celebrated their parents had huge graduation parties for them, they could not read. So the point there is there's no proper transformation. If that is to happen, then I think now that we are seeing those things, all of us are stakeholders. All of us are responsible for some of these things that are going on. That's how I see them. And the show is still going on, but let me get other people chance. That's my contribution for now. But would you please do a favor for me? I say I'm not making the writing up. You want to please call your name to me, madam?
I'm sorry, say again.
Would you want to please call your name to me?
Oh, he cannot see your name.
Gia Compton.
Gia Compton.
I said I'm not seeing your name properly. So yeah. I'm wondering if you'll be comfortable to please call your name for me.
Yes, she just called the name. Gia Compton.
Gia
Compton.
Were you able to hear me, Mr. Wright? Gia Compton?
I don't know if he heard
Are
it.
you hearing me properly now?
Mr. Wright, everybody getting you on the show. Well, you getting her. Maybe probably from your side, you're not getting her, so you have to go and come back.
It's all right.
Go and come back.
Go and come back. So, Veteran Smith, you have been silent. Fresh Smith, are you here?
Well, it may be left to you and I to solve this.
Huh?
It may be left to you and I to solve all the things.
Oh, yeah. And that will all the Atlanta people to solve the problem. Yep. Mr. Smith, Mr. Wright, you back?
Yeah, I'm hearing you guys now clearly. So can we go back for that for my benefit, please?
Okay, what was your question?
I just have interest in knowing the guest name. I'm not seeing it on the screen. I'm still writing there, but I can't read it. Too small for my eye.
Gia
Compton.
Gia Company.
Gia.
G-I-A. Compton. C-O-M-P-T-O-N.
Compton.
Yes.
Madame Diaka Compton. Yeah.
And,
thank you. We can
and
go.
mind you, she is my daughter now. From Atlanta, Georgia.
Then why is she not Numbo?
No.
Or why is she in the middle of a name?
I mean, I can have all daughters all over Africa. They don't have to carry Numbo name.
Congratulations.
Right. All over Africa, all over the world. I'm the paramount chief called George Numbo.
I agree with you, sir.
Right. So that's the only question you have?
Oh, you are asking me to ask a question?
Oh, no, if you want to ask a question, you ask a question.
Absolutely, I can. So, Madam Compton, you raised the issue. I gave my side of it. What would you specifically say would be the way forward? Do you see any change in the near future, in the next 5 years? How?
I think that the opportunity is always at the earliest point.
Alex, you heard me?
Yeah.
She
I think
is responding to you.
I think that the opportunity, Mr. Wright, is always at the earliest point. I think that our research around these issues about how to correct, how to form meaningful strategies around gender-based violence work better when men are participating in that process. And I think that engaging boys at an early age, and that it comes from men. I think there's certainly, and it's the way in which the world is set up in terms of natural parenting, that there are men and women, or there are the influences of men and women in children's lives. But I think that there are times in the development cycle when there is such an essential need to have positions on what manhood looks like and how it responds that comes from a man to the boy. So I'm very much in favor of programs and organizations that may be engineered, may be strategized and created by women, but that the interactions are led by men. Men who are modeling, whether they be teachers, coaches, fathers, uncles, family friends, that they are modeling what are the guardrails of manhood, not only as it relates to how you regard women, your mothers, your aunts, your sisters, your neighbors, your friends, but also how you move through the world. Where do you place your feet down on important issues? Because violence against women is a subcategory of violence. We don't want violence arbitrarily endorsed against anyone. That's the insidious nature of these things, because once you begin to accept that, are you also going to accept it when the violence comes towards you because someone wants to dominate or control you or direct your behavior, and it just happens that now it's being directed toward Black men, which is also a historical problem. So we always have to be mindful or careful that we step back and unpack what's happening. And I think that the leadership on many of those efforts can be just tremendous if there is male involvement in the teaching of young men about how to move through the world in a way that's honorable and respectful to themselves. Because, you know, what I witnessed was not only the violence against the woman yesterday, but I saw violence against our culture, a violence against the definition of who we are as a people. And maybe it didn't run that deep for them, but why would it if no one has ever put it to them that way? You know, we are people of the sun. We walk through this life in a very different way. We're anointed and blessed. And we can never behave in such a way as to give credence to those who would tell us that we are not. So lessons of the mothers are important, but lessons of the fathers are important as well.
Okay. So what's about the angle that the educational system, in my view, is not helping? All the school community does now in Liberia, to me, is adding another $1 to the fees as time passes by. But the quality is not something that schools are now fighting over to produce. What do you think about that? Because the school system should be the platform we should rely on to bring the behavioral change that we all want, starting with the children now who will soon be turning into youth. That's the background of the question.
I certainly, from my point of view, I certainly think that it is a piece of what has to happen. But, and I don't know about the school system in Liberia. My response is based upon my experience here in America. And I never took the position that I surrendered my child to the school system. They were a complement to what we were doing to raise him and the baseline for the whole person that I was wanting him to be, with education being a part of it, but morals, standards, an ethos of giving and forgiving and understanding, and how to translate those in specific circumstances were things that I did not surrender to others. And I think that's very different. I know that's very different in terms of the weight that we put on the school system. When I was a child, I certainly felt that my teachers, my principal, the environment was a part of the group think of what was right, what was wrong, how to comport yourself, how to dress, all of those things, the church, all of those things, they layered upon the same model.
Right.
But that's not where we are now. So I couldn't count on that, and did not want that weight to be there. I wanted them to come in on the part that they were there for, which was to make sure that the curriculum was adequate preparation and delivered on time and fairly and that kind of thing. And if there was something that was perhaps being presented differently than I would have, I just made sure that I stayed close to that. So I considered them to be a partner, but not the leader. And I think that where even in the education of your child here, if you think of the education system as being the leader in whether or not your child is properly educated, you can be woefully disappointed. The standards that are placed, and heavy standards that are placed upon teachers here, and how much they have to do and how many people they have to move to a certain mark, it doesn't often leave them the room to kind of enforce the norms that we're talking about around dignity, unless it's corrective, that they see something and they correct it, or they are a part of pushing that child into some disciplinary response. But it's just not built that way, because we lost that. And to go back to that, we have to, first of all, I think within the homes, establish that as a priority, and to just be radically different in how we own what's happening. So at the end of it all, I don't give any successes to where my son went to school as to who the person is, that he is. They have no blame. They also have, no credit for that. He had the wiring that he started with, and he was surrounded with support and care and love and guidance and guardrails to enhance his wiring. We paid attention. We didn't pull up to the school door, drop him off, and pick him back up and expect for everything to be okay. And I think that's what we have to return to, that we change the expectations about what systems are going to do, because systems are influenced to keep us from knowing things. Systems are engineered not for our success. Systems often exist to make the system live. Not necessarily to improve the condition of the people. It's, sort of the definition of bureaucracy. It is there to perpetuate itself, to keep itself alive. If it solves problems, problems that you and I can see right now a quick and easy solution to, and it will be 30 years and we are still talking about the same thing when the solution is right in front of us. But when problems actually get solved, then there are aspects of the bureaucracy that are no longer relevant, and people become afraid about, well, what happens to me when that happens? Well, what could happen to you is that you could actually turn around and start trying to do something progressive, something that's better, something that enhances the wellness and welfare of your society. You could do that. But in the way in which people are conditioned, they are afraid that solving the problems and sometimes doing the right things might eliminate them. And as long as people operate in that type of scarcity mentality, they don't make the really clear and easy choices sometimes to make things better. They just keep doing the same thing because that's their job and that's how they see the easiest path forward. So very long answer to say that I think that
Yeah, sure.
it's a reorientation, because clearly what we're doing is not working. What we're doing is causing harm. And what we're doing is not even pointing out to those that this is really bigger than what you did to someone else. It's what you did to yourself. It's what you did to your bloodline. If you do something and it results in you being taken away, that impacts your family. If you have children, you set a course in motion that furthers this insidious nature of separation that these systems put in place. And when you tap out of your investment to your bloodline, then that bloodline taps out of its birthright and its power in your country. It's not about you. It is about disrupting these systems of thought that keep us separated and keep us in the same place. And while that's happening, others come in and capitalize on your distraction.
Mr. Wright, are you there?
Thank you, Madam Campton. Would you be surprised if I tell you the irony in the school system in Liberia, specifically the senior high and the tertiary, that's the university, that the students are rather dictating the running of the schools more than the school administration should be doing?
Say the last part again, Mr. Wright.
Hello?
He said, the students
Hello?
are dictating the running of the schools
Yeah, sure.
than
My
the
question
administration is doing. Go ahead,
Would you be
Mr. Wright.
surprised? Would you be surprised if I told you the irony of our school system, that the students at the senior high, let's say from junior, senior high, and the university are controlling the running of the school instead of the administration running the school?
Yes, I say I would be surprised by that if
Sure.
that is what's occurring.
Mr. Noble, did you hear my question?
Yeah,
I heard.
your question, and she heard your question, your question.
So, Mr. Wright, I definitely would be surprised that would be something that is going on, and that there's not a intervention And
Alex,
I'd love
Alex,
to know more about how did that circumstance come to be.
There's an echo in the background from somewhere. So I was trying to be sure. Did you understand my question, all of you?
So
Okay,
we get the question,
that's
but we
good.
need to go to the phone line. So let's just go ahead. Let's answer that question, then go to the phone line. I'll pick up a few calls and they'll come back.
Oh, sure, sure.
Let's go to the phone line.
All right, so folks, you've been following the show here this wonderful evening hour here on top 105.3. It's about time that we go to the phone line and pick up calls here. Let's hear from you. 0776 105 105 881 1435 0776 105 105 881 1435 are the numbers to put you here, and then you're going to be part of the show at bed 2D4. 0776 105 105 881 1435 0776 105 105 881 1435 and you're going to be live based. Wonderful even hour here on top 105.3. You've been following our discussions here. You listen to the guests explain why having the issues when it comes to the incidents that happened in Ray Lappinsville. Those of you been following on social media, you saw that. What's our own intake? Let's go on the line and pick up this person. Hello.
Good evening, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. Anna, I already.
Yeah, no, that is not the calling from Webber Quarter.
Okay, welcome to the show. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Good evening to you and good evening to our family. And good evening to the guests. I've been monitoring. You see, regarding to what happened at Red Light, let's be frank.
Wow, we lost her. Okay, keep our calls coming in 0776 105 105 881 1435 0776 105 105 881 1435 and you're going to be live tonight here on top 105.3. 0776 105 105 881 1435 While we await a call, let's see if we can get our theme song quickly here and keep it rolling. Okay, we pick up this person coming in here. Hello.
Yeah, hello, I'm Marvin. My orange ministry.
Oh, Marvin, welcome back.
Okay, thank you. Thank God from the beginning of what you were saying. You continue to say culture. Culture, you continue to refer to culture. We are all African. Okay. We are not European. We are not in the Western world. We don't live in the Western world. The African culture is there. The African tradition is there. African people dress decently. Even those of them who travel to the US, to Europe, and the rest of it, they know about our African culture. That girl are dressed in that kind of indecent way in our real life. It was not right. Let me tell you, when Charles was president, he told the police, if you see any lady or girl with a short skirt, tear that skirt in the street. The president, Charles was in the head now. He mandated the police, and when you see any Liberian girl with short skirt, tear that skirt in the street. What are our children doing these days? They are naked in the street. It's not African tradition. It's not African culture. Yeah. So now when you talk about culture, that's our culture. Yeah. You don't dress indecent in the street. When you're in your house, whatever we do, imitate those white people. Those Western people, you don't imitate them. The white lady is ashamed of her breast. Are you getting me?
Yeah, you're alive.
The white lady is ashamed of her breast, but down to go down, she's not ashamed of it. She doesn't have time for it. Are we in America or are we in the Western world? We are in Africa. Africa. That's why our Liberian God sang your song. He said, Liberian, your Liberian, he said, Liberian lady, do take out that lapa. The lapa is our respect. Let me tell you. I got sang that song, and that song is in place. Liberian lady, don't take out that lapa. Our lapa is our respect.
Sure.
So it will be backing, say the girls should dress that kind of indecent way. It was not right. It was not right. So let's respect our African culture. We here, we are getting old. Yeah, we are setting an example to our children. Say dress the correct way. Those days when we were young, our tie. Men don't see our tie in the street. Yeah, we would men fly your tie and you are indoor with the men. And with those days we don't get and go in the street and go look for men. But nowadays they naked themselves in the street. Talking about our African culture. Let us respect our African culture. If we get to Europe and Europe will do their culture, they are their own culture or tradition or whatsoever, but it's not our African culture. So I don't want anybody to, you are African, you are Liberian, yeah, that's why you're a man or woman. But please, let us observe our culture, our tradition. Please. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being part of the show, Mavic. 0776-105105 881-143504. Pick Chris B. We're here. Welcome to the show, Chris.
Thank you, Ellie. For me, why Chris B. I'd like to say thank you to our panelists. And thank you to our guests. Let me join Mavic and say the culture of Liberia is very clear. Even when it comes to the tradition, it's very clear that our people and the way they live is something that we have to respect. We respect our women, we respect our children, and we respect our fathers. Like what happened to real life. It's something that we have to look at. Even though they are erecting, Liberians have a system. Where do you want to take human rights issue and put it on like this? We don't have a system. We need to follow the tradition to what has one people. And why is the tradition? My child came me to, even I told the human rights people, if my child came me to the police station, you're jailing, when I come from in jail, you guys should take my children and carry them to feed them. If government have place for the children, yes, government have place for the children. Government even ready. Now you see what happened. The reason the women have been getting out of privileges is not right, but it's a privilege. They are giving them. The future Ministry of Education was brave to go in various schools in Liberia here, giving only girl children shoes and other beneficiary things. But boy children, when I even give you a pencil or a pen, that is why is the message? They want to signal to the boy children. That means they will go and smoke, they will go and brush without their own effort. They will not be able. Ministry did that. So the fact that what happened to that woman, if you know you are a woman, you don't have to abuse yourself wearing something to walk naked. And the men doing who did that thing, they did it. We see women in various places. They did it because they want our sisters and our should go back to the tradition. No woman will open their step or walk any kind of way because they want something. The world now giving the woman the priority to be the main. The Bible says men are the main. The Bible says men are the leaders. God, we were made in the image of God. I hope you get me. Alex, am I live?
You are live, Chris Beware. Quickly, you have to go out because I have other callers on the line.
Good. But let me just say this. We the men, whether you go up, you come down. God gave us the But now the world want to turn it around and say women should take the land. Now people gave even now know how to read all right. So now you go to school or you learning. Anytime, even when the program vacancy, they say we need more women, female. Why are you dressing in the sense that every crazy man will come? They have been doing all the time. So let me just stop this far. Women should put themselves together, and we should be able to respect our condition. Like we don't have a system, and we want to go by web processing. We want to go by human rights. Everything. Let's have a system. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ware, for being part of the show. We pick up this person, the retired captain. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, Ellis, thank you. Good evening, and good evening to our professionals.
What happened? The tone changed today. You are sleeping?
Come again?
I said the tone changed today. You are sleeping or what?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I've been too well, man, but
Okay.
eyes giving me hard time. Yeah. So thank you. Let me say good evening to the studio guests. Allow me to ask this question. We are not hearing the voice of Mr. Wright. Anyway, sometimes that's a weekend edition. So to the topic,
Mm-hmm.
let me say this to this while listening to platform this evening. The act that was exhibited by that lady.
That's a man who understands where he is.
In my mind. Hello?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Okay. In my mind,
Mm-hmm.
that lady, she's mentally ill.
Why would you say so?
Thank you. She's more or less like a crazy woman because a woman that men supposed to go after you, your body that men supposed to be chasing after is so expensive. It's a proud. It's the woman, the dignity and pride of the woman is your body, your structure. Then you refuse to respect it. You agree to abuse all other women. What she did, it was an insult to all women. All women who were insulted. So she deserves no respect. Not at all. No respect she deserves. Because she told the world that she was mad and therefore treat her like a mad person. So that those who are standing by will watch and see and know exactly that indeed, when they say you are a woman, possess that integrity as a woman. So what is the value? What she was really trying to portray? Is that a culture of a woman in Liberia? Is that what you portray into the world? Is that a dress code of a woman in Liberia? Where do you learn such a dress code from? Where? Where in the world? I want to know where. I don't say Liberia, but in the world. Where learn what kind of dressing from? So that was the best medicine was given to her yesterday. So that our girls cannot emulate that woman. Because they are not mad like her. But again, these two now become a country called Liberia, all in the name of human rights. The general ministry that released, that Senate released, the existing of David Minister, the question she should be asking herself is, what really that lady was thinking on? Why she should do what she did yesterday? So should be the question to her. Don't get me wrong. I am not saying the guys that quote unquote jump on her, trying to add to what she was doing, like making her completely. No, that was wrong. That was wrong. since she behaved like that, what needed to be done to her there is you put the lap around her, you need to know that this is a country with culture and society. This is the African state. You discipline her.
Quickly, 1 minute.
And so, to our sisters, our mom, and our girls, please advance yourself. Respect yourself as a woman. Your integrity must be respected at all times and everywhere you went. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for being part of the show. Pick up this person. Hello.
Hello.
Your name, where do you join us from?
I'm Jabu from Telegram.
Come again?
I'm Jabu from Telegram.
Okay, welcome to the show, bro.
Thank you for your show and thank you for the panelists. You know, today we the Liberian, I don't know where we take the human rights business. We went for anybody to do their will. Now, Liberia was built on a prison principle.
Okay.
Even for torment time, when we open our eyes, women were not wearing trousers. Women were wearing skirt, lapper, and dress. After we working, we went to Ivory Coast, coming back, went to other countries, and coming back now, we came with a different motive. Some callers talk about the president, Charles Taylor. Yes, Charles Taylor, around a child, go in the street, other woman, you wear that short something in the video, you say bend down, give me nothing there. And when you bend down, they will put in your body, you will see it. So, we ourselves drinking vegetation for God on earth. Sometimes we blame the government, but now we ourselves disgracing ourselves. Paul said in Timothy 2, women should dress according to the way. Even today, the Christians that he was making in Nigeria. He said today, we the Christians, the government, we spoil the country. If a woman you see that go in a church, when short something, they usher to the gate, they say no. You can't enter with it. And when you do it, the pastor will say you're driving a member. And then again, as a government, before I really go to your office, she should dress properly. And when you talk, when a woman goes, they say, oh, I was in your office, but then
Okay. I'll pick up one or two calls, then go back to the panelists here this evening. Yeah, we pick up one or two. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Chief. Your name, where do you join us from?
I'm Lehi Nwaya, calling from Bolivia.
Welcome to the show. For long.
Yeah, okay. I thank God on the media tonight. And
okay.
What I want to say here, I told the people the last time, once again, when I was speaking on the same station, every other thing we do, it should be related to Morovia station so the whole country can hear about it. There is human rights. Human rights is showing our people here. Freedom of speech, human rights. Even the very center that we find ourselves in. The security said when the authorities, someone else had a checkpoint, they know a lot of people. Looking at the home for women, they want to do it. Because they were freedom of speech, freedom of movement, freedom of speech, damaging this country, brother, and land of you. Or for the word, even in Arabic, they want to call positivity or for you. Here, see them on the street. In fact, for their description to be exposed, in Arabic, I would think yes, in Arabic. But look at Sunday night, brother, when we look at women, they see far about women there. 14 years, 15 years. It just wage yourself over the time. It's a freedom of movement, freedom of speech. So the government should look at this thing. We pray that another government should come to power to look at it. Human rights, women rights should be respected, men rights should be respected. Even when women will not insult a man, men should not insult a woman. It's a resolution. You see, the parent men before they call your name, they can put a new title. If they shake their, they can touch the right hand. That means I respect. Even the Burkina Faso, I come and put a stick, you touch your right hand. You never go on the left hand, that's on the right hand. You should respect your courtesy. But the whole dominance, the whole country, the speech, the appearance, so if you're talking to here, they say, you got out to see, you got here to hear issue here. You're also referring people to. Don't not be afraid. They say, when you say your message here, let the man put up to the fellows. That whole land of put the parking when you read 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, no, you see the whole area change. Why are they going to oppose that? That a negative woman or who men? And they're totally looking at it again. So because that woman with herself, I found a real story. And I say, go to bed, honey, and why you allow to complain to decide your face? Let's say your face. So let the authority of this country, every other report that you be doing here, should be extended to a national video for here, PC board, whatever it is. It should not only be around every or total, putu. No. But I don't know. Okay, I don't want to see my own dollar going on. In fact, when you divide what's happening, say 2 edges go divided into 2, often used by men. You know, so people, woman. They see woman dress with trousers going to church. That's just an answer. Just when I said, but the Bible says, in a time, men will cry in my name. But God knows say, then you go to church, they move on and then you won't bow it, then next thing you waste. Then you say, Jesus, I go for fear, I told you. This time we eat my body, in the end time. I will say, in coming time, when Jesus shall come, he said, children will be disobedient to their parents. You see, this trouble have been brewed. I was sent before to hear it. And I've been hearing about it. Before they get anything, who do you think the whole world morning? You see? One man, one week in the young for wedding. What is so far? That's the people say, that's how I say, oh, 1 year. What do you mean? I say, well, in a days of old person, I say, woman those days, I say, woman this. What is your better proof?
Quickly, 1 minute.
So, any other thing that would be on a kind of topic, it should be extended to EFPC, any public life, everybody here, community. Have a good day. I'm letting you know why.
Thank you so much for being part of the show. So, folks, 1 minute to 11, and we will hold it there with the course section. Go back to the panelists for the quarter analysis here this evening. So keep listening and don't go away. Those of you just joining us, we like to say welcome to the show. I beg to differ. We come to you every Monday from 9 o'clock to 12, sometimes 1 o'clock up to Saturday. So, folks, if you just joining us, this is the first time watching this live, we like to say welcome. Those of you watching us on Facebook and YouTube, just help us share the live, like and share to other group pages that you are following online. So I go back to the panelists for quarter analysis.
Okay. Thank you. Please mute yourself. And before we continue, I would love to know how long our guest will be with us.
I can do another 30 minutes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Before I get to you to respond to the callers, I have a serious issues. with almost all the colors. They do not take into account the way the lady was disgraced. It's uncivilized, uncouth. They don't see it, and they're talking about culture. I mean, it's sad. And before we go into it, there are two latecomers here. We have Honorable Christopher Nippy and the co-host Archie Wright. They need to make very brief introduction of themselves. And then I will allow you to comment on the callers or responses. Thank you. So, Mr. Wright, the floor is open for you. Archie Wright.
Yeah, thank you for that distinction. Yes. Okay, I was say, why they call me up and Madam Kempton just starting on camera? She didn't want to see me, or she didn't want me to see her? Okay, great.
She's back.
Yeah, she is back.
I'm her daughter now. And
yeah, I heard. I was listening to the show on my way back home.
I'm an African daughter.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Madam Kempton, I'm Archie Wright. I'm the co-host for the show here on Top FM 105.3. I beg to differ. You didn't meet me on the show earlier today because I had to be at as you well know, the commencement is everywhere. Our kids are coming out of, my niece just got out of Howard University right here in DC. You probably know about Howard. I heard you say you're from Emory. So I would assume you know about Howard University. And congratulations on your son. I heard you say he's doing he's a biochemical engineer. So that's good. So it's cool to have you. And please don't make this your last time here. Look forward to seeing you whenever you have the time. Thank you. Mr. Nubo?
Yes, Mr. Nippy.
We are all blessed to be on set, and I say good evening to the host and all those in Radio Land and my fellow panelists. It's a pleasure to be with you all. Back to you.
Okay. You heard, Gia, you heard the colors. What's your take? All right, I'm talking about
I think
culture, African culture, Liberian culture, no, this and that.
I did hear those things, and I believe that I understand the point of view that was being expressed with regard to maybe the things that I did not see. I did not see what it is that was being worn that others felt such a strong reaction to.
Right.
And why. And I can't place that culturally as important versus the response to it. Because what does the culture stand for? Does it stand for respect? And if respect was offended, how was that cured by disrespecting her?
Yes.
To beat and strip someone and pull them through a crowd, if you are aggrieved by something someone has done and that falls under your category of disrespect, how is that cured by disrespect? It's not. So we were not in that moment. And so we're all assembled now on the outside of a moment that captured a lot of things. But globally, what it captured is that a way of addressing a perceived wrong is that you can take it into your own hands, and that there is a societal acceptance of that. And is that, as one of the callers referenced, is that the image of Africa and Liberia that you want to go forward in the world? If there was possibly something going on with that person, I don't know, but sometimes that happens here. Many years ago, when I first started to practice law, I represented indigent people, and many of them suffered from undiagnosed and untreated mental health issues. And one of the things that would happen with one of my clients is that he would tear at his clothing, he would cut his clothing to pieces, and sometimes nearly cut his clothes off. And we would have to find clothes for him. One of the other attorneys really took the lead when he did that, of going and getting him clothes so that all of his body was covered. But it was a symptomology of whatever was torturing his mind. Is my proper response to seeing that to attack him without knowing more? I don't know if that was a part of the circumstance here or not. It just seems to me that there are a whole lot of things that we can do to address our reaction than mob violence. Right. That doesn't help the situation, that the messaging around that to others about what is an appropriate response to something that you don't like. So today is that you don't like the way someone is dressed, and tomorrow is you don't like who someone is dating, and the next day is you don't like how they've decorated their house, or maybe, as it has been here in America, you don't like the color of their skin and where they choose to go to school or where they choose to work. And this mob violence, an acceptable response for Liberia, for humanity? I would suggest to you that it is not, and that there are things that we have strong reactions to from all kinds of points of view, but we are not anointed or ordained in any way to lay hands on other people to address our frustrations.
Thank you. Thank you. In maybe 1920, no, 2020, I saw a video of a lady accused of witchcraft in Sano County. They stripped the woman naked, and they were parading her in the streets of Greenville. Where were these people that are talking about dressing? What did they say? So I beg to differ with all the colors. With all the colors. All these bad practices we have in Africa, in Liberia. They don't frown on any of them. And they're talking about somebody who dressed wearing a short skirt or short lapper. Is that their problem? And they want to justify the people who go ahead and undress that person. It's sad. It's sad for Liberia. It's sad for Africa. It's sad for all the black people. When we Liberians say we are the land of free liberty. Liberia comes from liberty. I see, my co-host not covering his face. I believe he doesn't like what I'm saying, but I still have to say it. I'm very mad at the colors in the position that because this lady was not dressed properly, the undressing her was justified because of our culture. Thank you. Our culture, I would say, if you insult a lady, all the women in a village will leave and go to another village. Because it means that you have insulted all of them. And you have to pay, your family or your quarter have to pay fine for the women to come back to the village. And that is the African society. And the colors, I don't think the colors respect the tradition that they pretend that they are defending. Thank you. Mr. Wright, you can come on.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Numbo.
Well, Ahmed Archie Wright.
All right. Let me respect that.
No, I wanted to play this. I wanted to play this video.
Let's go to Nippy. And then we'll come
right here.
I wanted to play this video.
Is it my turn that I can just?
Oh, that's
also?
right time.
Okay.
Well, you said let's go to Nippy. That's fine.
Let me play this video. I wanted to play this video.
If you are not there, no, then we can go to Mr. Nippy.
I am here. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. So I wanted to play this video for the guest and so that people understand that Liberia, I know there were some issues that were raised, how the action of some of the people at the red light that inflicted the beating on a lady will reflect on the country. I wanted to play this video so that people can understand where the country Liberia stand on that action, on those actions that were taking.
Go ahead.
Bone hands. This video will tell you a whole lot about where the country stands.
These are the guys that were part of the making of the building in red light. They were part of the making of the building in red light yesterday. So they are now collecting them, carrying them to the temple. They're carrying them to Central,
Let me hold this video right there because, I mean, the portion of the video we just watched says it all. The entire mob that took the law into their hands to somehow think they can, erect the ethical justice that they were, thought were violated, are being arrested. And they are probably still behind bars now, waiting to answer to their unlawful acts. So the country of Liberia, I mean, we can say a lot about the boycott police, our national police, but I really want to give it to Gregory Coleman and his entire force because they acted in time. They arrested the perpetrators.
Hello? Break in, Archie, we can't hear you now. Archie, maybe you need to stop the video, go out and come in. We can't hear you.
And that whoever doubt that Liberia is a free place or infringing on anybody. Thank you, Mr. Noble.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Nippy, please introduce yourself to the guest and make your...
Well, I'm happy. Mr. Noble, I think thank you so much and welcome to our guests. My name is Christopher J. Nippy, as I said earlier. What are my thoughts? And why do I bring today those thoughts? A culture of civility is now permeating a culture of impunity, wherein civility requires the rule of law, and impunity comes with disorderly conduct that I border on crime. No matter whether a man is indecently attired or a lady is immaculately attired, it does not warrant assault on the human person. And this is the second time I've come to see a video of a group of hooligans, a group of miscreants, a group of lawless individuals, a group of gangsters who parade the red light market, indecently assaulting a female. And I am so shocked that those in the radio land, the man who spoke, I would say because the lady appeared the way she did, the people were right to violate her person. That is an assault on the human person. That is a violation of international laws. You cannot, you should not, you must not violate the person's right, whether or not you like it. But here is where we think this thing stems from. Our crises have led us down the path of doing the improper things against the rule of law. When they demobilize those people, they should have put them into school to retool, re-engineer, restructure their behavior patterns before reintroducing them into the society. But what did our government do? Our government provided $30, $50, $75, depending on the number of arms an individual held. And that was all. And you do not play with human capital that way, because an idle mind is a devil workshop. This is the second time, as I said. The first time was at the very red light. It was alleged that a lady has stolen a motorbike or attempted to steal a motorbike. Whereas stealing is a crime, it does not give anybody the right to lay your 5 or 10 fingers on that person. Why? Because there is a law. Apprehend the person, complain to the police, put the person under the jurisdiction of the police, under the ambit of the law, such that visits upon that person what needs to be done and how it should be done. I have my daughters, and my place is not too far from the red light. And where the pastor said women should not wear trousers, women have been wearing trousers in memorial. The fact that women should cover their head when they get into the sanctuary does not negate the fact also that they should be respected. So when people do this kind of thing under the guise of our norms, our tradition, our culture, the very culture provides that you respect women. The very culture, the very norms, the very tradition provides that you respect women. And I think these are the kind of people that beat their wives at home. For little or nothing, to beat them. The girl has the right to appear in the public the way she thought. You don't know where she's coming from. Maybe she's coming from another part of the world where when it is summertime, they dress as it is summertime. And not because she finds herself in a different locale or locality that she should be beating. So I decry that, I detest it. It is inhumane. The law should be brought forcibly on them for assaulting the lady. Even if she decided to go with her underclothes, it still did not warrant, or even if she were insane, it did not warrant that she be treated the way she was treated. We had Susanna during the normal times. She was insane, and we had Told we take out his man part and then exhibit it all over. Was he beating? No, absolutely nobody touched him. Susanna would sometimes be in her on her pants. Was she beating? Absolutely no. So if she were insane, is that the proper conduct? Because she is insane to treat her the way she was treated? So it's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate the way
Mr. Nippert,
she
for
was
some reason,
handled.
there's a lot of noise from your background.
Yeah, that's why I'm moving. I'm moving right now. Right?
Okay, appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm moving. I'm sorry. And sorry. But let me run down quickly because I've just seen some visit.
Yeah, let me tell you, they just have to leave.
The talks the action of hooligan this is inhumane, and I think the police totally correct them assaulting in the public place. So send back to
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Amos Wright. Maybe 30 seconds to 1 minute. And then we'll go back to the guest.
Let's go to the guest. I'll come in later.
Huh?
And he will take 10 minutes to talk.
I heard you say the guest have to be leaving. So let
Oh
us take
yeah,
the space.
the guests have to leave.
So surely let us take the space.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And as I said to you before, I'm Marcus Garvey fan. And
Well, you
the
know, get a
co-host
people
are
that
hiding himself here.
to do profile. Oh, that don't think I'm 40.
That farewell speech now. Archie right here is a Garvey fan. And you have all these potential, the sports, the arts, everything. And we want you to bring those to Liberia.
Understood.
The colors talking, no this and that, no, that culture. In my village, I mean, I can say open it here. Women go out with open breasts in the villages. Is that a culture? Are we beating them every day? Are we stripping them naked every day? Hell no, we don't do that. So I'm glad you are here, and I want you to come with your closing statement. Thank you.
Okay. I really enjoyed the conversation today, and my prayer is that the dialogue around not only what happened, but what has to happen,
right,
is where this leads us to. That in the course of all of this, that we remember the importance of supporting survivors of violence publicly, as well as discouraging harmful customs and promoting equality and dignity. So with that, thank you again for having me. God bless all of you, and I look forward to the next time we're together.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Honorable IQ Wright, are you here with us? Or are you gone?
No, I'm still here. I'm here.
Oh, okay. I thought you ran away.
No, I'm here.
Okay. Now, I beg to differ is open now. I thought you ran away like Veteran Smith ran away.
No, I'm live. I'm here.
Okay. I know.
I'm responding to the comments in the comment section.
Okay, I know Nippy will soon run away.
Wow, you don't get a protection specialist?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm a how do you call it, soothsayer or forecaster. No, what a forecaster, everything in me.
Mr. Miller, good evening.
I know Mr. Nippy had 10 minutes here to run away.
Mr. Nippy, warm greetings, sir.
What you say?
No, I'm greeting Mr. Nippy. I said, good evening, Mr. Nippy.
Oh, no, he will not talk.
Okay.
He will not talk.
All right, so this is the part where we...
I say he will soon run away.
Mr. Nubo.
Yes.
This is the live part of the show where we evaluate the presence of the guests on the show and everything that was said by the guests. I don't want to say that part before, you know. Well, I'm going to tell you.
I feel that.
No. I'm not questioning you. I'm saying as the host, this is the part of the show we go into now.
Yes, that's the show. But I wanted to know. Give the kick off, because I don't know how I possess the show tonight, but at one point there was no Veteran Smith, and that's how I came up and stepped to the plate, and she possessed some. Besides being a lawyer, she possessed some talents. Sports and music. And that's why in my farewell statement, I was telling her that we need you in Liberia. And Mr. Nepe, please mute yourself. That we need you in Liberia. I say I'm agave something.
This is why I asked you just state what I have to state and then get off the set.
Even our
Because I got visitor.
even
Say continue to talk.
Even our co-host who disappeared, Archie Wright, is a agave person. And that's what I said, but Mr. Nippy want to make a statement because he has guests, so he will leave. So let's go to Honorable Nippy, for a statement. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my distinguished panelists and hosts. And distinguished geologist. They're all around, man. Thank you so much. I got guests just walked in, and you heard the voices in the background. It's unfortunate. I think the guest spoke better. She really tried to put up the back of defense in females' interest, generalize it for all human beings. And I think we all honor the ambit of the law. We should not
You drive.
Okay. And I don't know who he is calling geologist. Have I said here that I'm a geologist?
You said you are everything.
No. I didn't say I'm everything. I'm civil and environmental engineer. But he giving me geologist. No, I'm not Clayton Waters. So Mr. Amos Wright, who claims I say I'm everything. What is your take on the? What is your take? No. I'm talking about. I said, what is your take?
Let's go to the discussion.
What is your take on the
presentation of the guest?
The lady, the Anthony Along.
Also for me,
women,
I didn't understand.
Basketball.
You said taking the floor.
No, I gotta give her all the titles. Because these are the things I want her to bring to Liberia.
Yeah,
Me
okay.
Southeastern Liberia, even though you are not Southeast and you from Nimba. And you getting jealous now. Because I'm talking about the South.
All right, Mr. Numo, do I have a permission to go?
Oh yeah, you have my permission.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir. So for me, frankly, the guest had complete mastery over her presentation.
Right.
She knew exactly what she spoke to the issue. Her concern was cultural transformation using us, us in this age now, as an example of our upbringing, which was different from what we experience today. That was one thing that really marked the discussion. She was very specific with that. And then she was worried about where this behavior of people or taking to themselves to correct somebody in the way they did to the lady at red light. She was very concerned about that. Her presentation stuck to the point. Questions that were asked, she treated the questions in relation to the topic that she was discussing. So for me, yes, she was up to the task. She performed to my expectation, and I thought she was a very good guest.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. How did you look at the colors that stress African culture, Liberian culture? Was this lady who was stripped naked in violation with Liberian culture?
I'm not sure when we use, I'm coming there. I'm not sure when we use the words Liberian culture, there is no specific dress that I know that we will call Liberian culture. We have mixed cultures borrowed from around the world. We have the American dress, we have some African countries dress, but I mean, from the time I was small up to where I am tonight, I have not seen a particular dress to say this is a Liberian cultural dress.
Right.
I know the people that go to the traditional school butches, they wear their things when they are coming out, and that's a school thing that I would consider it. But like where in places like Nigeria, Ghana, you have people wearing things like kente, you have people wearing things like agbada, and they are worn in a special way. I'm not sure Liberia has anything like that.
Okay.
And
I was born.
You giving the floor. I have not given it back to you.
Okay. You need to hurry up because we're running out of time.
I will be ready for the time. All right, so I think we must respect the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not aware of a specific dress that we call Liberian dress. We are a mix of what dresses. So if people will say somebody dressed indecently, that's the definition. The people who acted on the lady, were they the authority for dressing in the country? That when people don't dress properly in their view, they should jump on the person? My answer is no. And that was very arrogant, that was very barbaric, and that was very violent and unlawful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. I was born in a village called Bololu. I saw women beating rice with their breasts exposed.
Exactly.
And nobody demonstrated against them. And I mean, when they wore their lapa, it has to be a certain length of their thighs. That was it. And meaning that, what here will call not dressing properly, or this and that, it's not what it is in maybe Africa, maybe in Liberia. And for somebody, as you correctly said, for somebody to take upon themselves to attack somebody for not, quote unquote, dressing properly, I believe it's illegal. But let's go to the co-host.
I tell you, forget about me. I tell you, threw me away. You put me in a dungeon.
You ran away. You just coming. So I'm the host tonight.
Okay, I think it's
we voted.
He doesn't want to bring me on. So
we voted before you came. I'm the host tonight.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. I want to follow in Mr. Red's footstep. I think Anthony Kempton did an absolute wonderful work tonight.
Yes.
I was following the show, on my way back home. I immediately when you guys came on, it alerted me, and I joined the show right away. When she started, she gave her bio, talk about herself, how her mother was a cleaner at the university she graduated from, and her grandmother planted her roots, and she has taken her roots and she is moving it forward by going to the same institution, earning her undergrad degree, and going forward to obtain her professional degree as well, postgraduate.
You tell Amos right, I get plenty of children in the world here.
Okay. I'm sure he's going to take notes.
Say why that no more name.
And her son is following in the family footstep in that same institution, pursuing biomedical engineering. And so she's excited that the entire family is continue to move the roots further in a very positive direction from where her grandmother, planted it. And that was great. I mean, I was moved when she spoke about that. But one question to you, Mr. Nuba, I know you say she's your daughter. Even though I heard her sing, but is she a Liberian?
No, she is not a Liberian. She is an American.
Okay.
Because
I thought she said something along that line. That
no.
We must fight.
My black sister, daughter.
Okay. All right.
That's it. But she is an American.
Right. Okay. All right. Good. I'm glad, because I was going to walk away thinking she's a Liberian. Only because I thought I heard her saying, we got to stick together as a community and, don't allow the divide to take hold. I thought that was brilliant too. And when she went on to talk about the incident with the lady at the red light, I thought she made some very important points, that we come from a society that value tradition. And in our tradition, we identify by the language we speak. We identify by the way we dress, and by the way we carry ourselves. So she was not sure whether it was because of these reasons that the guys who attacked the lady at the red light, felt the need to do so. And I thought that was a brilliant point she raised. I mean,
She said she has not seen the video of how the lady was dressed. And if the lady was dressed improperly, according to quote-unquote Liberian tradition, why did the mobs go and undress her?
Okay. You're interjecting, right? Let me conclude.
Yeah, that's my interjection.
Okay.
I didn't want to sound like Honorable Nippers. I must interject, this and that. So that's how I just came in.
Man, I must say you are enjoying your privilege as a host tonight because I think you are speaking.
Well, I'm the host. And one man told me, I was asking him why you voted against voted for Doe. He said, no, you cannot kick against it. Somebody man told me. He said, in Liberia, we always vote for the leader. So.
Alrighty. So in conclusion, I want to say that I thought she was a brilliant guest. Like I said, at one point I thought she you could tell that she was lawyering, when she said, like you said, Mr. Nubo, she didn't see the beginning of the incident that brought rise to the flocking or to the beating of the lady or the undress of the lady. She didn't see it. And I mean, that was a complete, lawyering she was doing right there.
Right.
Pleading the Fifth Amendment right there. But anyways, yes, and I think she was good. She was good. And again, I really want to give this to Fred. Fred go out there and get this beautiful, really quality guest to bring to the show. And it's not an easy thing. And, he does it. So it's a good thing. Thank you, Fred. And thank you, Mr. Nubo, for taking over the show. Again, we're all professional. This is what we do. We adapt and move on and make the best out of it, And I thought you had done that tonight, you and the rest of the crew. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Smith is not here, but hats off to him for bringing the guest on. And some of these people, we need to be in touch with them.
Yes.
Maybe, they can help us in our struggle in Liberia.
Absolutely.
Yeah, some of these people did. And that's what I was telling her. I said, you have a lot of talents besides you being a lawyer that we need in Liberia. So we need to keep in touch with these people here. And thank you.
You're welcome.
Honorable Dr. Nippy is back. Let me give it.
Well, thank you very much, my dear brother. I think you were exceptional. Pointedly correct. She spoke with as a lady,
yes,
as a human being, and as a lawyer. And that's why it is necessary for people to talk with, to be intentional when they are speaking on subjects of national interest.
Right.
And we cannot say one thing and mean another thing.
Right.
The lady's personality is a personality. It's like a lady are done with false hair. Because you don't love false hair, will you be on brush to inject the false hair from her hair? That's uncalled for. Yeah, the culture of civility demands that we be humane. And that's the second time seeing it. A woman allegedly disgraced, almost burned by motorcyclists for attempt for something they allege she was attempting to steal motorcycle. This is the second time. And I think they should be penalized and imprisoned before they are arraigned before the court and be summarily adjudged guilty and go to jail to serve as a deterrent in the society. And I think you're hearing the voices in the background, so I don't want to disturb the show. I want to say thank you so much for sitting in for Mr. Wright, Archie Wright, and thank Amos Wright for coming in. And his points were correct. Bye for now, and we'll talk.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. You thinking the wrong co-host or the wrong host?
No, he thanked you. You said thank you for filling in.
Yeah, thank you for filling in for Mr. Wright, Archie Wright. But he said thank you. Thank you for what now? Tell me. Archie, I don't know if I can find that video. A lady was accused of being a witchcraft at the beginning of George Weah administration, and they stripped that woman naked, and they were parading her in the street of Greenville, Sandal. It's on the internet. And what were these people here? What did they say that time? Did it bring in our culture? Does our culture say you should strip somebody naked? They didn't do it. Anyway, it's going to 12 o'clock. So Professor Dr. Alex D. Wulu come, and we'll close the show tonight. Dr. Wulu? Dr. Wulu, we are waiting for you now. We are in class.
Yeah, Dr. Wulu is doing some work in the back.
Okay.
Oh, okay. He's here.
Dr. Wulu is here. So give your farewell statement, and then leave for the night. Thank you.
We're not hearing you, Alex.
So I just want to appreciate every one of you always for taking a point of own time to be on the show to educate our people. We hope to continue this. That a few years from now on, the show will be one of the best shows in Liberia that people will always be following us here. Yeah, so just want to say thanks to everybody. But to inform the co-host, Mr. Numbo, and the rest of the panelists, Monday I will not be here. I'll be out like for 1 week due to some family issue here.
Okay. Hope it's not something terrible.
Not actually, it's just something that I myself need to be part of it too. That's all.
Okay, all right. That's good. That's more information. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. You can communicate with more in the chat. All right. Good night, gentlemen. Good night. See you guys on Monday.
Good night.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Hey, don't forget to send me the list.
Huh?
No, Alex.
Oh, okay. Let me see.